Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and yesterday in the arena with Burning Vampires went so well, picking up 7 wins in the standard event. I thought to myself, let's try it again with some of the other tribes of Innistrad. Usually doing aggressive tribal strategies is not the one in best of one's thing. I'm a control mage. I'm a powerful over-the-top ramp combo. Maybe not as much combo, but like ramp, all runs epiphanies, Storm the Festival. Those are cards that get me excited, not 2 mana, 3/2 creature that has some text, like 2 mana, 2/1s. That's usually not my jam. So when it comes to building those decks, it's a good idea for me to go test and refine my stuff off ladder, and standard events are a great way to do that. And if we do well in the standard event, maybe we try taking it to the next level. Much like Vampires yesterday, I tried to build a zombie deck that's very, very aggressive. And I'm going to move some cards around here, but you've had some time to hopefully glance at the list a little bit up above. We're leading with 1-drops in the Dungeon Crawler and Champion of the Parish to try to get on the board quickly and add some aggression, following it up with the Pseudo Lord Blade Stitch Scab, which gives all zombies +1/+0. Then we've got 4 copies of White, a rare in Forgotten Realms. This is 1 in a black for 3/2. It enters the battlefield tapped, and when a creature that is dealt damage by this dies, you get a 2/2 zombie creature token. So when it trades or is chump blocked, you get a little bonus, and that's fun. I've got 2 Tainted Adversaries. This card, I don't think you need 4 of. It's really not that good on turn 2. White's better, the Scab is better, Jadar, which we're going to get to, is better. This is really good on turn 5, and we don't need a ton of 5-drops in our deck. So 2 of these. 3 Jadars. Having 1 of these running is pretty key to the deck, as it keeps making a decayed zombie token every single turn that you attack with again and again. So I like it. It is legendary though, so 3 is a good number. Otherwise it would be easy 4. Ghoulish Possession is like our 4th Jadar. This is an enchantment that does a similar thing. Whenever a creature dies that's not a token, yours or your opponent's, you make a zombie creature token with decayed. It only happens once a turn. But it does keep presence on the board, which is what it's all about. To utilize that presence on the board, we have Meathook Massacre. This has the gain and drain text, which is a lot of what we're in it for, but I have this vision that I can somewhat shift back into a control deck mode. If our opponent goes super wide and we're struggling to be alive, this can sweep the board, and our next card, Divide by Zero, can bring it back to our hand and sweep the board again. So Meathook Massacre I love because it's a sweeper type effect, but it's also good in aggressive decks with a lot of your own creatures because it has that other text that whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. So it's an aggressive sweeper, and I think that's sweet, and I love it with Divide by Zero, as we saw in the Dimir deck that I played. 2 Infernal Grasp and 4 Village Rites, because hopefully we'll have a lot of decaying zombies to sacrifice and keep the cards flowing. Then we've got 1 Ebon Death and 1 Narfi. I struggled with even putting the 1-ofs in, but we don't have much to do later in the game, and I hope 1 of each won't mess up our curve too bad. But in general, I think both of these are too expensive and too narrow for what they do, but maybe 1 of each is fine to just add a little resilience to the deck. In the mana base, I have Hive of the Eye Tyrant because I really need untapped black early, and I love the Menace for getting final damage through. It's actually been very relevant. Only 1 Faceless Haven, even though it's also a zombie, and probably the best zombie in Standard. It's not that easy to activate with 4 pathways and 4 shipwreck marches. And if I had 3 Faceless Havens instead of 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant and 1 Haven, it would mess up the mana too much, because we really need a lot of black mana to do all the things we want to do with this deck. We only need 1 blue, but we need like 3 or 4 black to have the kind of turns that we want to have. So I think that 1 Faceless Haven is correct in the way that this deck is built, and I think it will keep your curves much cleaner. And the sideboard, of course, has the learn cards, but we have 2 Necrotic Fumes, which isn't one I usually play a lot of, because we have so many decaying zombie tokens to sack, hopefully from Jadar and Ghoulish Procession. So my plan is to use those decaying zombie tokens with Necrotic Fumes and get the opponent's creatures removed, and basically get an awesome tempo and 2-for-1 off of Divide by Zero. All right, I've introduced the deck. We're going to head over to Standard Event. We're going to play it there. If it gets to 4 wins, we get our money back. That's the goal. If we get to 7 wins, we'll play this on the ladder after the meta reset, which, by the way, as far as ladder goes, I'm chilling at rank 47. There's a few days left in the season. I'm pretty sure I'll top 1200 if I just don't play. So maybe it's a good time to do these standard events. and really explore some of the other cards I haven't had a lot of time for and that I wouldn't normally play in High Mythic. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy that. Is that the kind of thing that you want me to be doing? Is it entertaining to see some of these other cards that you wouldn't normally see? Like, what do you think of that strategy? It's been a long time since I did standard events on the channel. Since I switched to doing Mythic Ladder regularly, the channel's grown a lot. I always associated a lot of the growth with people like Mythic Ladder, but now a lot of you are already here. You're watching the show. How do you feel about it? Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Same deal as the Vampires got. 4 wins is the goal. 7 wins. We'll play this on ladder when the season restarts and give it a test there. But yeah, if aggro Zombos gets me to 4 wins, that'll be good. We got the meat hook, we got the crawlers, we got a procession. Let's give it a try. Haunted Ridge, full control is turned on. Fun. That or they reprinted Once Upon a Time and didn't tell me. I think they just accidentally put a stop on their end step, if I'm being real. Would you like to trade your 1-2 with my 2-1? I guess they would. Pretty good trade for them, even if they don't have another. If they do have another, it's a pretty obvious trade for them. Let's get the white onto the field. Whenever it's dealt damage, you make a Zombo. They've got another. All right, they're threatening to make a really big creature. And they do. Do I just have to try to block that? I guess so. Having no ramp is sad. Everybody else gets ramp. Why not me? Why not CGB? For crying out loud. Well, they're gonna take some damage. They're working on having a lot of mana. They might be storming the festival. Our hand is terrible. I guess we do a little bit of this and a little bit of Death Touch to try to hold him off. And we get in. Yeah, we gotta steal this with damage. Somehow get enough through that the meat hook does its work. And when they have to not draw anything expensive and good. But if we lose this one, it's reasonable, right? We're going because they like triple ramped on the play. Skyclave Shade. Okay, I guess every deck needs something that attacks. So we can meat hook this whole board. Make a decayed critter. And they get drained a little bit. We gain some life. Should we hold it for more? They're not attacking. We can't really attack either, though. So I guess we do it. Maybe we attack with the adversary first? I'm going to hold back the crawler, even though I do plan to kill everything. I don't want them to get the idea that we have a board wipe. I want to, yeah, I want to steal 2 damage, and we did. Hook 'em. Hook 'em. Opponent like what? Oh, they're also a sacrifice deck. How nice. They even get rid of my decayed token because this only triggers once a turn. I really want this back in the graveyard, the shade, so I can hive it. But no, they've got Predator, so I guess hive doesn't make sense anymore. But let's grow our threats. Yeah, the rest of this game is going to be trying to cheese out a win somehow. Skyclave Shade. Probably not too big of a deal against us. That Predator, though, we're not going to be blocking it anytime soon, and we're not going to be killing it anytime soon. How about another dragon? Would you like one of those? I mean, they are doing it. They're going to race us. So, when our creatures die, they lose a life. When their creatures die, we gain a life. We need to make their things die. I guess they technically don't have lethal next turn. They're at 11. They could take all this and counterattack us for lethal, so we need to hold back a blocker. Very close. Can't block the Hive. Doesn't block at all. So we're dead to a removal spell that hits our Jadar. They're down to 3. Can we steal this game? Somehow. We just need them to have a blank in their hand. They just drew that land because they didn't play one the last few turns. They might have been slow rolling it for the Shade, to be honest, but I think they would have played the Shade last turn if they had the land, because they would have had the 2 treasures and the dragon to do it. So they just drew this. So what's this? Is it a Shatter Skull Smashing? Remember, if they kill my thing, I gain life, right? So if they reach out and kill this, I'm actually at 11 and I don't die. The F? What are you going to do with it? They're going to bring something back. Is that good enough? It is, isn't it? Just bringing something back. Did you have to have that left in your hand? Oh, man. That's a heartbreaker. That is a heartbreaker. That's lethal. Yeah. We actually gave it a go, you know? If we're on the play that game, I think we win. We gave it a go. Never how you want to start the run, but sometimes you start the season with a loss and still make it to the playoffs. I don't think things could go a lot worse for us in game 1 than being like, our opponent goes first and goes ramp, 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 broken card, broken card, broken card. They didn't chariot us, though. So I guess that could still happen. On the draw, part 2. Okay. We get the white aggro experience playing from behind. Let's see what we can do. Building a large champion of the parish that doesn't get removed is a good start. Our opponent's playing life gain, and they're not attacking, so they really like this card. Let's go with you. I don't think they'd trade. But I'm not going to risk it. This is probably the best thing we have going for us. We are getting farmed. I mean, are you kidding me? Can double block it. Yeah, they're going to hold back because they're afraid. Okay. All right, and we're dividing the priest by 0. And then we're going to go get Fumes, I guess, to exile it later? Good lord. I hate my life. I hate mono white so much. I don't even know. I can't even explain how much I hate it. Yeah, put it on the priest. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, they offered up a sacrifice. So we'll let this die and trigger the priest again, and then we'll bounce it on end step. And we're looking for Meat Hook Massacre. If we draw Meat Hook Massacre, this game is basically ours. So they have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, we definitely get Fumes. Village Rites again. Scab up. So they've shown us that they are terrified of trades. Like, they have no interest in them. I'm wondering if I should attack with something here. They'll probably just block with the token, whatever it is. Let's put them to the test. Or just take it, you know, that's fine. These Village Rites are looking bad. We actually haven't drawn any way to make the Decayed tokens, which are a key part of our strategy, so we're stalling. I'm probably sacrificing a Scab, quite frankly. Maybe even both of them. We've got to get better gas. Well, that gives us something to sacrifice. Yeah, the opponent has one plan in their life. The most massive priest in the history of the world. So we play you. We play you. Get this growing. And we play you on black. And we Fumes you. We don't use our blue mana that much in the deck, so this is fine. Is that all 4 pathways? Yeah, we wouldn't draw Narfi without all 4 pathways. Offer you a trade? You want to trade? Nope. Okay. All right, we beat their game plan. Son of a... Okay, we just have to keep them from ever gaining any life. They also don't even play, they don't play the Haven, so it's fair book. The Book of Fair. All right, those are some pretty ripped creatures. What you got? Draw land. Just don't gain 3 or more life. Don't make an angel. Okay. Not much happening. I'm feeling this. Make the champion bigger. Just gonna sacrifice it right away though. Try to make the champion even bigger. Meat Hook Massacre. That's not fair. That ain't fair. Something of mine so much as dies, our opponent is toast. Life gain farmed again. Put a W on the board. 1-1, having fun. We fight Ireland itself. Okay. Can I go first? 0 for 3 on go first. It was one of the features that made the vampire deck win. Plenty of go first. But I guess we'll be playing zombie control again. Whoa. Oh. You, me, Spider-Man meme? Drop a hello. Got zombies looking at zombies. No! You, oh, that is so how you say hello in MTG Arena, isn't it? All right. How much removal you got over there, champ of the perished? They've got the best zombie, though. They've got Faceless Haven, 2 of them. No! my creatures. You. All right. Jada. Maybe I should have led with that. Pretty good at drawing out removal. They do run blue. They run some ice tunnel action so that they can make more use of the Haven. I'm not a big fan of the Haven. It messed up my mana too much. It is the best zombie, but I don't think it's the best card in the zombie deck, if that makes sense. Now we're getting punished for playing this on black. Of course we are. I think I'll offer trade with Jadar, though. I have another. I could just play Ghoulish Procession, though. I guess either way we get another token. Hello? Would you like to trade with Jadar? No trades at all. Rude. Blech, explodies. So we put out the procession. Now if our dungeon crawler or Jadar dies, we also get a decayed Zombo. But remember, this only makes a token if we don't already control a decayed Zombo. So they don't double up that well. It's kind of like my fourth Jadar, but Jadar's legendary, so you don't want to run for. They still aren't the greatest team. Really, bro? Really, bro? You killed both of mine. Not fair that you have two. It's not fair. I don't like you. No attacks. Coward. Okay. Village Rites will hopefully help us fix some things about our draw. What you gonna do? We got a block. As we some dead things? Maybe? No? Sorta? Village Rites, cool. Good game. Damage. Rights. I don't know about no good game. Maybe they drew Meat Hook Massacre, right? And they're feeling themselves. I think I'm just supposed to play the dungeon crawler here. We need to cheese in enough damage that this Meat Hook can just kill them. They've got a Tainted Adversary. They've got a 3/3 champion now. They've got their own Jadar. Okay. Starting to look like we're gonna have to do a massacre. Especially if I can't draw blue. Oh, that just made things interesting. Just made things really interesting. I think we have to hook them. I think we've got to hook them. And then rebuild from there. More GGs. What's that supposed to mean? Drop you to 5. 5 to 22. Third Faceless Haven. I guarantee you the Havens messed with their mana this game. That's why I only have the one. Alright, they bounce. Good game it is. Zombie superiority. We are 2-1 entering this match. Cesis is the opponent. Ashiok Avatar. Taste. Alright. I mean, we're on the draw for the 4th straight game. So far, we've won 2 of them, so we can't complain that much. But I think I keep because of Meat Hook, because if we're up against an extremely aggressive deck, this can turn the tide. And we need a lot of land to make it work anyway, and we've had mana problems most of our games. So at least we don't have mana problems this game. Snow-covered plains. Is this mono white? White-blue. Oh, no. White-blue control, maybe. I can't imagine that matchup is good in any way, and it definitely isn't the spot where you want the white, but it's better than nothing. Alright, double foretell. Show him the blue mana. Get him for the damage. At least it's a clock. We'll see if they try to Doomscar it. I don't know. If they have a memory deluge, they might just take 6. Nope, they foretell again. Alright, 3 foretolds. Ooh, they're probably going to resolve their Doomscar through the Divide by Zeros anyway. I think we get out the Massacre. Because they can Doomscar and counter the Divide by Zero. If we get out the Massacre, then we get to draw 2 cards and they take 2 damage. They might also counter this, which would get it out of the way. I'm not sure about this play, to be honest. Feels good to me. They might also hit it with the Saw It Coming. And then if they have the Doomscar, they might play it, but we still get to draw 2. And then we can fight the Divide by Zeros over things that might actually matter. Do they have another Saw It Coming here? No, they might. They didn't use it. And we didn't draw much of a creature. That helps. Alright, so Champ is here. Dungeon Crawler. Couple little nerds trying to deal 11 damage before blue-white takes over the game. Teferi, let's send you away. We can go get Necrotic Fumes if we want to exile Teferi. Good lord. Our opponent is a nightmare. Alright, that goes up to 5. We need to draw a zombie. Oh, they minus. Okay. We don't need to draw a zombie. We're going to kill Teferi here. Drew a zombie anyway. Alright, nothing foretold. They're paying full price for a Doomscar if they find it.
Really should have seen that coming.
They might power up this hall, but if they do, they don't do anything else with their turn, and we can divide by 0 to return our own zombie to our hand. We do threaten lethal if this resolves. And if they go for countering it, I don't know, maybe if they go for something expensive like a cover-up and we hit divide by 0, we could just end the game. Resolves. Do they power up the hall? They do. Do we let it kill one of our zombies? I think we do, because we're still threatening lethal next turn. Ooh, do I go for the rights? I think I go for the rights. If we don't hit an untapped land, though, they might hit us with the sweeper. They might sweep the leg, guys. Oh. Hold. Hold, CGB. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's too greedy. They have to kill these creatures anyway, or they lose, so we'll get another chance to play the rights. There's the Doomscar. There is divide by 0. Got him. We got him. And we know at least one of those cards on top was not going to be the untapped land, so the Village Rights was a trap. One more win, and I got my money back off a zombie list. Let's do it. You know it's a good day when some kind of janky-looking little tribal zombo list full of creatures that don't even survive more than one attack step can get some wins. Oh my god. That's too many hooks, right? We don't keep this, do we? Do we? But what if they're aggro? What if they're aggro and I just destroy all their little creatures? There's no way we keep this. No. CGB, you can't. 3 legendary enchantments that are hard to cast without the mana to cast them? Come on. I'm gonna draw the land, I believe. Back to Aspiratry. Let's get on the board. Okay then. Coming in hard and heavy over here. That's enough land. I said I believed we'd draw land. I didn't believe we'd draw only land. Subscribe to my only lands. Interesting humiliation we've got going here. They'll probably take the Grasp, but the Divide by Zero is really good too, because now it can get Teachings, and Teachings draws cards. How aggressive are you? They are supremely aggressive. I don't know, they've only got 1 creature. It's really, really a lot of aggression. Uh-huh. Let's see where they put the counter. They go on the Scavenger. We're gonna bounce the Scavenger. Life is a resource. We need more cards. We're not gonna compete without more cards. We're a long ways off, too, of making this Haven work, unfortunately. Alright, so... Draw? The Tainted Adversary is kind of nice. So is the Jadar. Let's see, this is going to knock me to 1, so we better play the Adversary and at least try to block here. Pretend like we got some sense. Uh-huh. We're going to have to solve this. How do we solve that? We gotta use rights. Where do we use it? Don't really want to throw away a Scab. Don't really want to throw this away. I want to throw away the Undead Decayed thing. But I guess we could just draw into an instant, right? So, do I leave mana up to draw an instant with the rights or not? I think I should. I think it's the best chance I have in this game. The other thing, this isn't lethal. So maybe we do play this out. We don't have an attack though. So it's not like we really achieved anything. So yeah, let's go make a Decayed Zombo. We'll eat it with the rights and try to hit another Divide by Zero or Infernal Grasp. When it attacks, it gains flying. Same is true for Death Touch, Double Strike. Okay. Nice. I'd always rather be considered lucky than good. If they double attack, what are we doing? We can block with Jadar. I guess I still want my Death Touch creature back here. Plus we get the Ghoulish Procession, if this died, would replace like the Decayed effect from Jadar. So if we do this on our turn, and then next turn something dies, we also get another zombie from the Ghoulish Procession. No! For goodness sakes, enough with this card. All right, we're at 5. Our opponent gets in there for 2. And I think we're dead. Can we force blocks? Somehow? I guess this is pretty big. But I'm pretty sure we just die here. Soloed by Endless Nighthawk Scavenger. That might be a cause for me to retire, to be honest. Like, that's embarrassing. So, is this too much damage? It is. It's 18. They do have to block. So we're not dead. They do have to block. Okay, that gets them through it. Too bad. And you might say, should have attacked with Jadar, but remember, they can just block Jadar with the Scavenger. All of our attacks had to kill the Scavenger. If they didn't, the Scavenger would just block something else and they'd be fine. So, I mean, what are you doing? Our out here is that they forget to attack. Misclick, misclick, misclick. What a thing I won't say. All right, do or die. Back against the wall. Even money or retirement at 500 in shame. No more losses, but we haven't been on the play yet. So that would be nice. I think at least 2 of our losses we would have got there on the play. Actually, that's both of our losses. We go first. We have no cheap creature, though. And of course, we have the 1/5 drop in the deck. But I think we can keep it because the mana is good and Divide by Zero is a good card. Or maybe that's just a holdover from Control. I would love to have one of the 8 1-drops. Yeah, we haven't had what I would call the amazing curve, you know, and definitely not on the play. So the deck hasn't had a fair shake yet, but we're working on it. We'll get there. Or maybe we won't. It's do or die. Maybe we saved all those good curves for now. Of course we drew the 1-drop. Oh, this is so good, you guys. Ramping in that spot is so good. But we can get away with Blade Stitch Scab here and deploy the Dungeon Crawler. If they play Predator next turn, which is probably the best thing they can do for 4, ooh, that gives me a zombie if they do that. I think they remembered. But yeah, if they play the Predator for 4, we can bounce it. If they don't play something next turn or play something small, then the next turn we can Divide by Zero their Goldspan Dragon. So yeah, if we get through this turn of theirs and we're ahead on board, we're probably favored to win. We're gonna be ahead on board. Feels like they needed that land drop really bad. Ingenious Inspiration to kill the white, but doesn't that still, whenever it dies, if it was dealt damage? What am I missing? If a creature dealt damage, okay. Balls. Do we hold up Divide by Zero? I think we play the Dungeon Crawler. They're still taking 5. Are they going to run a sweeper? Are they going to meat hook me? I don't think so. And they fetched this, and they had trouble hitting land next turn, so they might have an awkward turn. So let's just send with Crawler here. I don't think they're going to clean up this board. Man, Narfi, you just keep lurking in my hand. When are we gonna cast you? 5 mana, so much. Who thought it was a good idea to make a zombie lord at 5 mana? All right, they find the Dragon's Fire on the Scab. I mean, they've done a good job. fending me off. Hopefully they don't have two cheap spells here. Hopefully they have, you know, Goldspan Dragon. Good lord. What the heck is this? Full-blown Rakdos control, man. They can foretell that, and they do, but we'll get another 4 points in. Five life. Hostile, hostile, and a deck with no creatures. Good work. I mean, you can't tell me they're a creature deck when that like they run Crush the Weak. Okay, what are you? Flying Trample, Lifelink, Ormondal the Corruptor. Okay, whenever this or enters the battlefield or a non-human dies, you lose 1 life and create a human, a non-human. It creates a human though. So I need something else to target to make them lose another life. Or I could get rid of this because it does have 2 target human gains lifelink. They might be sacking to the hostile as well. Well? They're really thinking about it. They want to. You know you want to sacrifice this to the hostile. Come on. Do it. Do it. Take your weapon. Strike me down with all of your jack-o'-lantern hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. Target human. So it can target itself. So I guess we have to kill Jaren. Another land. The champ is here. All right. They're out of Crush the Weak range. I am starting to really rage on this opponent, man. They are making me mad. Okay. This is a snow island, so that can get back Narfi. So we can go with you, and we can go with you, like so. All right. Come on. Get me out of this. They do now get the lifelink, though, but it's mana intensive. Their deck is 100,000,000% removal, and they've got like these creature payoffs. I can't even. I can't even. Like, what the hell, man? What is the matter with you? How did you get this way? Somebody out there in comments. Well, that's like what every CGB deck does. Shut up. Okay, there we go. I knew somewhere in this deck you were hiding some absolute dragon nonsense. So they can give Jaren lifelink. So they can make a block and not die, but they also have to block the dragon. They'd love to put the dragon in front of the dungeon crawler. What does that do for us? Nothing? So maybe we don't attack with the dungeon crawler? Because they'll block the other creature, give this lifelink. If we just attack with the white and they block and give lifelink, we get another zombie. I guess Narfi can come back, so it's no loss. They also have to be careful. If their Jaren lives and their dragon dies, they lose a life. Yeah, this block, obviously. Wait a minute, is that going to happen anyway? Is that going to happen anyway? Are they going to lose a life here? From the Jaren? I guess it doesn't matter because now they didn't take any damage, but that's interesting. Are we going to slog through so much removal and nonsense? Innistrad Predator. Yep, okay. Okay, you want to sack that to your hostile? Maybe? What do you think? What the heck? You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, 3 damage to any target. Each player discards a... What? I never got this saga to work. Our opponent is a creative deck builder. I will give them credit. They are trying cards I could not make work. They get a few props from me, but they stood between me and the 4th win. They had to die. What this? 4 wins? Even money dance, even money dance, even money dance, 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 dance. Let's go. We don't just want even money anymore. We want the whole thing. Zombies on the play, champion of the parish, turn 1, turn 2, champion of the parish, champion of the parish. That is our draw. That's what we're doing. That is the busto-ness that we have not pulled off yet, that I want to pull off when I play this deck. Opponent goes first. The saddest words in the game. Divide by Zero's got a lot of work to do. Frickin' life gain, man. It will not go away. It will never die. Cleric class will always be a magic card. Luminarch Aspirate will always be the magic card. Alright. Guess we play you, take a beating, because going second with cards that can't block is sad. Oh my god. We're dead. We're just dead. We got nothing. Nothing. Alright. What do we do? Seriously, how do we get out of this? We might have to divide this Valk by 0. But if I don't develop a board first, I don't know how I'm going to do anything. I could attack with the white as a bluff. I'm definitely sitting here tanking a lot. So I might be able to steal 3 damage with this attack. And yeah, the opponent's just not going to do that. So keeping them off 27 is important so they don't pump their squad. We want to pump this, but remember, we want to be like kind of aggressive too. So let's keep building our board. I know they're a life gain deck, but we've got to keep it in check. What I really want them to do is like buff this somehow. Like I want them to invest. Oh, that's not good. All right, I was hoping they didn't have another cleric. I want them to like activate the class and then I'll bounce the Valkyrie and make them start over. I'm gonna make a 2/4 here. Attack for 3. Oh, they're gonna attack with the Aspirant 2. And they're gonna hope this holds off everything. It's not going to. Do I want to sacrifice the Dungeon Crawler? Do I have to? I was trying to capitalize on the bluff from earlier that they think I still have some way to do a little extra. Oh, we didn't even hit land. I needed land there. So let's see, they level up class or something like that. Nope, farmhand. Coven too, this can have lifelink. We needed land there so bad. Are we really going out like this on the draw and still mana screwed? I think we are. I think we're going out like this. Oh, please forget Oh, I thought they forgot about the scab. Down to 10. How do we get there? I guess they can't attack through this white yet. Massacre for 2 kills my stuff. Not the finest. Let's try to cheeseball them with 1. But yeah, we have to start defending ourselves. That's fine. We have to not die to this Valkyrie, but remember, we can go get the Fumes. Fumes can exile the Valkyrie. So it's time for Divide by 0. I have a feeling the opponent will level a Cleric class. I'd like them to. It's a big investment that doesn't add to the battlefield. It's the kind of thing we have to take advantage of. Alright, they do. Now they get a +1/+1 counter whenever they gain life. So they're gonna attack. They're staying aggressive, that's good for us. They might have a trick. See if we get them to try to play one. Like a removal spell here? No. If I lose the scab and the white, I could also bounce the Valkyrie. I would get another zombie. These would all be 2 power. They can attack through the aspirant. The opponent gets 5 life. I think this is okay. Maybe we're in this. Do we grab Fumes? Think so. The opponent gets to put a counter on the aspirant. We could hook away the aspirant before it gets any bigger. Oh my gosh, is that the play? I guess we can attack with everything, and if the opponent blocks one of these, which they probably will. They didn't block in the past, though. Maybe we can just hook for 1? Okay. Remember, they can get something back with leveling up this Cleric class. But, I mean, if it's a 1/1 that has to grow for a while to be relevant, that's good for us. Here's the Valkyrie. Do they have another way to buff it? Not yet. Oh, man. Do I just get rid of this? I think I'm supposed to. I'm going to offer the trade with the white first, just in case they take it. Maybe they're trying to grind now. Wow. That would surprise me. Wow. Okay, so yeah, they plan to get the Valkyrie back. Okay. Do I want to draw 2 now? Ah, this could be more handy later. That's 4 lands. They can level up another class and get the Valkyrie. This card in hand can't be very good. They've been sitting on it for a while. It might just be another land. It's totally in play. Okay. They didn't have the mana to get another Valkyrie to, I forgot, it's 5 mana for class level 3. Okay. Okay. Haven's not bad. What you got? Take it. Let's wait. I want the Valkyrie or something else very powerful with this Fumes. The card they're sandbagging might be really good, and because I have Fumes, they're not playing it. There is a chance that's true. They're doing this before getting back the Valkyrie. Are they going to destroy the Meat Hook? Yep. Level up. Counter. Okay, puts it on the Cleric. Champ. Still get these attacks. Sacrifice that one. Even death, huh? And we have Champion of the Parish and Tainted Adversary. So a lot of pretty good stuff. We're hanging in there. That's frustrating because those are the life gain triggers they needed. They finally found a way to get free life gain. Why isn't it showing their graveyard? Why is it all exiled? What did I do that exiled that? I don't remember. How did it get exiled? They blocked, right? Am I missing something? I'm missing something. Chat will tell me. How did that get exiled? Exile that card. It's on the white. I never played this card. Wow, I totally didn't realize that was a thing. All right, so attack, no blocks. That is so good against the cleric classes. That changes everything. I'm sure the comments are already roasting me for it. It's fine. I figured it out. I'm brilliant. 1, 2, 3. It's a pretty powerful hitter. Baby. 6-5? Now here's the thing. If it dies, they can level it up and get it back. I don't think we want that. If they get something back, it triggers the life gain. Like, they block here, right? Then they get it back, they gain 2 life. Then they also trigger this. They make huge creatures. But if we attack with everything, they have to let through some amount of damage. It can offset the life gain, and their huge creatures can't stop everything. And they have to put a lot of mana into cleric class for it to work. Let's do it. Let's do it. Down to 5. We only have 1 blocker. It's kind of scary. If they remove it, we die. But I don't trust them. I don't think they've got it. I don't think they're going to move this Tainted Adversary. It's a Guardian Savior. Gets back the Veteran. Still hasn't triggered life gain. Put a counter somewhere. But they're at 5. We can power up Haven. And they can take 6. Yeah. Nothing has lifelink. They're gonna die. What a game. What a game. Just to be sure. What a game. Man, the life gain meta in these events, still alive and well. 2 wins to 7, and then I've got to play this pile on ladder. The final boss before the final boss. On the play, yes. Have a 1-drop, no. Oh. Feels bad, man. So good with a 1-drop. Alright, the opponent did not 1-drop. Let's get the scabs going. Try to hold this to play later so we have something to use with village rights. That makes sense. Our opponent has a slow start. That's cool. Pretty strong looking zombie you got there. Did you know it exiles the card that it deals damage to? Yeah, neither did I. Neither did my opponent that game, I think. Skullport Merchant. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes the nonsense. Good block, good block. Well, I'm ready for my blood on the snow today. How are you? Maybe, though, the Tainted Adversary can help us get over it. One more turn, actually, before that happens. Will they play a Lulth, though? There is that. There is that play. That's not bad. That's probably game. That's probably all she wrote. We can squirm and kick and wiggle for a bit, but that's probably all she wrote. What else can we try to do? We could hope that Hive just beats them down for a few turns and that they don't have anything cool to play. Yeah, I guess we're playing for position now and just trying to take every hit we can get, so I guess we get in there with Hive. They start getting ahead on board. We rebuild a board. Alright. Well, see, now Hive's not getting in anymore, so I guess that was bound to happen. But yeah, I don't want to kill Wolf. And I don't think I can win. I guess we need our opponent to build a wide board, and we need to draw the Meat Hook Massacre. And that's how we get the job done? It's been a weird series of games. We've never had really the sacrifice engine going with like Village Rights and Jadar, Meat Hook Massacre. Like a lot of the vision I had for the deck just never happened. And maybe that's because my vision was too narrow and it's not as likely as I think it is. And maybe we've just not been very lucky. But we got this far. We still picked up 5 wins on turn Zombo sideways. I think a lot of that was our opponents overvaluing their own aggressiveness, not playing defensive enough. Well, we'll see if Even Death can get us out of this. That is one card that grinds a little. Uh-huh. Yep. This is such easy mode for the opponent, though. Like, they're laughing at me. They are absolutely laughing at my attempts. Really, we do have to draw our own Meat Hook Massacre to offset theirs.
Are for ambitious minds.
Let's see, if we Meat Hook on our turn, their triggers happen first, right? So they gain life. It's if they sweep on our turn that they might make a mistake, so we need a really wide board. Like a really wide board. It's not even gonna trigger because we already have our Decayed Z's. We could attack with them, though. But right now, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. Right now, it doesn't help us. We need our own Meat Hook, or it's pointless. Yeah, I had pictured a world where if the original aggro plan doesn't work, we have Divide by Zero, Meat Hook Massacre, Village Rights. Like, we can be drawing a good amount of cards. We can play the Meat Hook Massacre, divide it by 0, get it back, play it again, and grind them out that way. As you see, we have no Divide by 0. We have no Meat Hook Massacre. So I don't get to try that game plan on in a spot where I want to. And we're completely out of cards. Wow, that's a lot of tanking to eye twitch.
My hatred lives.
It's a sad ending, but I'm not playing anymore. I'm not going to sit here and watch them draw 50 cards while I have literally nothing. It's not the way we wanted to go, but it's the way it did go. 5 wins. We'll take it. Claim my prize. Look at those gems. Look at those beautiful uncommons. This is a taunt to one of the earlier games for sure. All right, we'll just head right to the post-game wrap and say what we've got to say about the deck. I think that most of my suspicions are confirmed when it comes to zombies here. I don't think they're very good. Gosh, especially the aggressive plan that just tries to turn them sideways and get there. You just can't get through on the ground. Like, chump blocking is too good now. There's so many just little bodies that make treasures, and I do think that a lot of our wins were our opponents undervaluing the power of chump blocking and attacking when they just didn't really need to. Most people tend to be more aggressive than they should be. We exploited that a bit in the standard event to get our wins, but I mean, really, if you turtle up against this, then we have to grind you out with a value engine built around Divide by Zero, Meat Hook Massacre, Jadar, and Village Rites, and that never happened. It just never came together in a single game that we drew like a series of those cards and got us where it needed to go. And I think that's a testament to it's just too flimsy of a fallback strategy to rely on. It's not enough. It is some card advantage, but somehow it just isn't enough and the pieces aren't there. And you end up being an army of little monsters, some of which die when you turn them sideways, against larger creatures, against good chump blockers, against anything like that. Wasn't much we could do. I do think it's, if you want to play an aggro zombie deck though, this is what I would play. I don't have a lot of ideas for improving on the strategy of an aggressive zombie deck. I don't think that there is one, to be brutally honest. But I have another deck, and I'll probably play it for a future video. Maybe we'll test it out and see if it can do better in the standard event. I'll give you a quick preview. This one is not, deck list is not in the description. Don't ask for it. Don't ask for it. Take a screenshot right now and rebuild it yourself if you really, really want to. And you guys who are cool enough to stay till the end, get the preview of it. This isn't about being a hyper-aggressive zombie deck. It's about abusing Poppet Stitcher, which says that whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you make a 2/2 zombie token with Decayed. So we run a lot of instants and sorceries, Village Rites, Fading Hope, Consider, Deadly Dispute, Infernal Grasp, all those things. We still use the Meat Hook Massacre, Divide by Zero strategy. And the only other zombies we keep Jadar to crank out those 2/2s. We have the Champion of the Parish, which we can make really big when we're growing it with every instant or sorcery we play. And we have Shambling Gas to sacrifice to Village Rites and Deadly Dispute. A little bit better of a sacrifice engine. Also trying out Lear, the Disciple of the Drowned, which would let me cast all the instants and sorceries in my graveyard. And since we don't counter any spells anyway, it can also hose control decks. So this is the next thing I'm going to try with zombies, and it'll probably be a future video. And if you want to get a head start, you can go ahead and do that. And it leaves you with a little ray of undead hope here at the end of the video. So thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.